Inhaling for a count of 3 into the belly and exhaling through the nose for a count of 3. Inhaling for 3. Exhaling through the nose for 3. Continuing that breath. Take a moment to, within your head, just picture that image of the candle. The flame of the candle. And the light and the energy coming from that candle. What we're going to do is we're going to try and transfer that image that's in our head and bring that image down to the heart. You might want to place a hand onto the chest, onto the heart. And then taking that flame of the candle, seeing if you can imagine that heart space and place that image of the candle, that light, that heat, that warmth into the heart. So that your heart is almost being melted by the energy of the candle, by the heat of the candle. There is an inner light within you. And that warmth, that glow is spreading throughout your body, bringing happiness and joy as it goes, through down to the tips of the toes, through to the fingers, feeling that warmth, that light, as it comes from within the heart. Taking a moment to just feel that within the body, to feel the joy, to feel the happiness, to give permission to feel that. If you can, popping a smile onto the face. And then noticing the connection between the feet and the mat, the buttocks and the mat, the shoulder blades and the mat, the back of the head and the mat. And then taking the focus back to the breath, inhaling through the nose for 3. Exhaling through the nose for 3. Bringing the hands down to the sides. Noticing, witnessing how the body is feeling. And then we're going to flicker the eyes open. Stretch out the legs, coming into a full body stretch here. Stretching down through to the tips of the toes, stretching the arms up and through to the tips of the fingers. Stretching that body out. Taking 3 breaths here. And then bringing those arms back down to the sides, bringing the knees up, but planting the feet into the mat. Going to start to just rock the pelvis backwards and forwards. And then we're going to lift the hips up towards the ceiling, bringing it back down on an exhale, bottom to the mat. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Last one. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. And then this time, inhale up. And just see if you can clasp the hands underneath the body and bring those shoulder blades in. Really lifting those hips, really pushing in with the feet. Taking some breaths here. Last breath. Lovely. And then releasing that down, vertebrate by vertebrate. And bringing the knees in, giving a little hug here. Rocking from side to side. And then we're going to rock backwards and forwards. And rock ourselves up to seating. Bringing the legs in front of the body and just taking those legs from side to side, starting to warm up the hips here. Lovely. Coming to a stop. We can bring the hands behind us, puff up the chest, nice and big, looking up to the ceiling. Taking some breaths here. Again, really imagining that flame inside the heart, like you're letting that light out, shooting it up towards the sky. Lovely. And then taking the weight forwards a little bit, inhaling, bringing those arms up. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Exhaling down. Lovely. Inhaling up. And then on this time, as we exhale down, just see if we can lift those legs as we exhale down. And then we're going to sweep the legs behind us, coming on to hands and knees. So check that the fingers are spread, that the knees are below the hips. Then we're going to come into some circles here. So as we're circling, really trying to feel that light overcoming the darkness in the body. Trying to find that happiness and joy. Or maybe popping a smile on your face. Lovely. Tackling the other way. Coming into some cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, lift that chest. Exhaling, chin to chest, curving under. Inhaling. Exhaling, curling under. Inhaling. Lovely. Last one. And then we're going to take that weight back to the bottom. But we're going to inhale then and take that weight forward. Take it back to the bottom again. And then we're going to lift up off the knees. Inhaling, bringing the arms up. And then down to the heart. We're going to repeat that. So we're going to sit back down. On to the bottom, bring the hands in front, come down into child, and then coming back to hands and knees, rocking forwards over the wrist, coming back bottom to heels to then lift up and off, bringing those arms up, Exhaling, bringing those hands down to the heart. Lovely. We're going to do that one more time. So bring the bottom down to the knees, bring the arms forward, stretching out into child. Then coming forward to hands and knees, weight comes over the wrists, and then back, bottom to heels. Inhaling, we bring those arms all the way up, lifting up onto the knee. And then the hands come to the heart. Just take a moment here, taking 3 breaths, imagining again that light within the heart, that flame. And then we're going to open this heart even more, coming into camel pose here. So we're going to do that quite carefully and quite gently so that we don't damage the lower back at all. So I'm just going to turn at a slight angle so you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm just literally going to lean back and touch a heel and come back up. Touch a heel and come back up. So I'm just switching over from side to side, touching my heels. Really important thing is that I'm using my chest. So it's coming from the chest. I'm trying to push that chest up. It's also going to use the quads here. So you might start to feel it in those quads a little bit. If this is working quite well, you're quite happy with this, you can see if you can just take it back and maybe hold the heel. Again, I'm pushing forwards here, pushing up, and if I get any crankiness in the lower back, I'm going to stop and come back to what I was doing before. Lovely. So just doing the other side. And then coming up again, we're going to sink that bottom again back down to the knees, coming down into child's pose here, taking 3 breaths in child. So try and find that connection to the ground. If you need that cushion or you need the fists here to the forehead, then do. Taking some breath. Lovely. Then inhaling, coming up. We're going to tuck those toes under. Push that bottom up to come into a down dog. And start to pad those feet, stretching out the hamstring. We're going to lower back down to hands and knees. And we're going to come down onto the forearms here. And we're going to take that weight. So we're lifting from the belly here, so we don't sink in the belly. Putting belly button to spine and then just taking that weight over the forearms. And then pushing it back. So we're coming forwards, over the forearms, and then back. Lovely. Last one. Over the forearms. And back. And then coming back up to hands and knees. I'm going to tuck those toes under again. Coming back up to down dog. And again, I'm going to stretch out those hamstrings, padding the feet here. And then taking really little steps. We're going to walk the feet in towards the hands, bending the knees, bringing that chest towards the knees, Dropping the head, so just relaxing the head, the shoulders, the arms. And this time we're going to push the foot into the hand and see if we can bring the arm up. Now, just like in camel pose, it's all about lifting the chest. So I'm pushing up and forwards with my chest. I'm not going down, and my gaze is up. It's all about being up, and then about that joy and happiness, that celebration in the pose. See if you can add that smile onto your face. If you're managing to still hold it, that's definitely worth a smile. And then slowly bringing that down, releasing and relaxing. Lovely, well done. Fantastic job. Right, let's have a go on the other side. So this time rooting down with the left foot. Find that solid base to start, knees slightly bent. The leg comes forward first, and then we're going to take it back. See if we can grab a hold of it. If not, we're just going to leave it there and go to here from there. If we can grab hold, we're going to push foot into hand and lift that chest really high. So if we can, we're trying to keep the hips in line with each other. And then we're lifting and we're trying to feel that joy, that inner light within us, flooding through our bodies. And pop that smile on our face. And then bringing that down. Releasing the foot, have a little shake. Lovely, very nice. Coming to the top of the mat now. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, flat back, hands on chin. And then we're going to exhale and take the right foot behind us, and it's going to come down onto the knee. Let's check that the knee and the ankle are in line. And then we're going to inhale, bring both arms up. Exhale, bring them down. We're going to switch feet now. So we're going to take the left foot that's in front, and if we need to, we're going to help it out, and we're going to move that back. And then we're going to swap over to the right foot, is going to come in front. Okay, so if you need to, please do help that out if and as when you need to support yourself. And then checking that knee is over the ankle again. We're inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, arms down. And then we're going to pop that foot back. So we're back in hands and knees. So we're going to come into a pose called pigeon now. So to do that, we're going to take the right knee and bring it to the right ankle. I don't know that you can see that well, so let me just come at a bit of an angle. So the right knee is coming across to the right ankle, and then I want to get this foot out from under the other knee. So slightly bring it across the body, and then slide the other leg back. And I'm again using my chest here, pushing that chest up towards the sky to come into pigeon. I'm going to take some breaths here. And then I'm going to slowly lower. So you're lowering yourself down onto your forearms. If you want to, you can use a cushion here to come down and try and get that connection between the forehead and the mat. So So help yourself out if you need to with that. And then sinking down into the mat. So we're imagining the floor is like quicksand, and we're trying to release the body, flop it down. So notice if you're holding any tension anywhere, try and release that tension. Last breath. Inhaling to come up into that upright pigeon. And then we're going to shuffle the back knee in and come back to hands and knees. And we're switching over. So the left knee is coming to the left wrist. Again, we're taking that foot across to the other side beyond that knee, and then taking that back leg back. 3 breaths here in pigeon. Nice open chest. And then coming down into sleeping pigeon, onto the forearm. And trying to get that connection with the mat, helping that connection out if we need to come down. Really trying to relax any tension in the muscles. Last breath. Inhaling to come back up to that upright pigeon. We're going to take the bottom now and slide onto the bottom and then swing the leg around so that we're coming into a position and we're coming into butterfly here, fluttering our butterfly wings. And then sitting up nice and tall. Just feel that stretch in the groin area. Inhaling, we're going to bring those legs in, pop the hands behind, coming up into reverse tabletop, building the strength in the underside of the body, which quite often we can forget about, so that's why this is one that I tend to include in every class. And again, we're opening the chest here, really noticing that chest lifting, that inner flame, and exhaling to come down, belly button to the spine. We're going to roll the body back, bring those legs up, and the hands up. Taking some breaths here. We're inverting the body here, taking that blood back to the heart. Also draining the lymphatic system. And then bending the knees. We're going to try and get those knees down towards the armpits. You can grab the tops of the feet or the shins to help. Coming into happy baby here. And also rock from side to side. And we're going to pop that smile on, remembering we're trying to feel happiness and joy this morning. Using our inner light to overcome the darkness. Pop that smile on the face. Witness that feeling. And then bringing the knees in, giving yourself a big hug and sending a hug of love out there, sending that inner light, happiness and joy out to somebody else. Bringing those legs down, making your way into a position for relaxation. Taking a deep inhale into the belly, inflating that belly. And then releasing and relaxing with a sigh. Inhaling into the belly. And releasing and relaxing with a sigh. Inhaling into the belly. And releasing and relaxing with a sigh. Find once again that candle, that flame inside the heart. Send that light and heat energy out across the body. Let it warm the body, finding and overcoming the dark spaces, right down to the tips of the toes, right out to the tips of the fingers. Then finding that connection with the mat through the heels, the thighs, the buttocks, the shoulder blades, and the back of the head. I'm going to read you now a Diwali greeting. May this light of happiness light up your life. May this Diwali be the most sparkling and lightening, the sights and sounds filling up your heart with joy and happiness. You are more than welcome to stay in relaxation, to stay lying down. Or if you would like to, in your own time, you can find your way to a seated position at the top of the mat with the eyes still closed.